This is what corporate America is. It's how it treats its workers, because they are not viewed as human beings. They are viewed as something to be extracted, like mining, similar to mining. They're mining the person's life. We've talked about the upcoming UPS strike, which could be massive. And that too has a climate crisis aspect. What climate change has to do with the looming UPS union strike? These days, UPS driver Barclay Wimpy, that's a hell of a name, prepares for his daily route in Georgia with the precision of a battlefield commander. He loads up a cooler of ice. He stocks it with sandwiches, a case of water bottles, a couple of sports drinks. He girds himself with a bandana, some plastic bags. Around midday, he will soak the bandana in ice water and wrap it around his head, Rambo style, UPS's strict appearance rules notwithstanding. And the article goes on to say that UPS drivers are in trucks with no air conditioning in the hottest days of the year. This is the hottest year ever on record. And I think last year was, and I think the year before that was, and I think the year before that was. It's funny how they keep telling us. See, that proves they're lying. They keep telling us it's the hottest year on record. How can it always be the hottest year on record? Oh, I got it. I get it now.
You know what? I got it.
That's on me. I just got it.
Apparently, if you were born after 1980, you have never experienced a cooler than usual year.
Yes, that sounds right. But so the strike has to do, yes, there are larger issues as well, which we've covered those issues. And this strike very well could pop off at any time.
They are practice picketing now.
The contract is up July 31st. So that's the date to think about, but they could start early, I guess. But so it has to do with other things, which we've covered, but it also has to do with the fact that these people are burning their balls off in these trucks on incredibly sweltering hot days, and UPS won't give them air conditioning.
Well, and this also reminds me of what I remember discussing with a railroad worker.
Boom! Nailed it.
About some of the issues with conditions of working on the rails, and that there used to be places where the workers could go to cool down or warm up. For instance, you know, in the winters in like North Dakota, when it gets to like negative 40 degrees, if you have to stay outside for long periods of time, do you think that you can be doing an efficient job? Do you think that that's good for your health? And he was explaining to me that because he was retired, back when he started, they had these, you know, they'd call them like little warm up areas or cool down areas. They got rid of those because that was too expensive. So now workers are just either in the fucking sweltering heat in the summer, they're freezing their balls off in the fucking winter. And the rail companies are like, well, that's really just not our problem. So this shit is repetitive. And it's also something, again, that is so powerful about the potential of a strike. Because if UPS workers say, you know, we're not going to fucking take these grueling conditions for work, this might also then reignite the railroad workers to reconsider their strike, because they can see that the UPS workers are successful in pushing and either going on strike or getting a deal that works for them. And so this is why these things are so incredibly powerful, and also fucking disgusting that people have to, like, you shouldn't even have to ask for this to be a thing. Like, it's like the story that we covered last week with the why can't Americans sit down at work? It's like, I shouldn't even fucking have to ask.
Right.
Like, this is so fucking dumb. Like just imagine that you're invited home to someone's house and they don't offer you to sit down at any point, and they've got no air conditioning on and it's 200 degrees outside. You'd be like, what an asshole. Now imagine that you have to go there 5 days a week, at least 8 hours. How fucked is that? Like, you shouldn't even have to ask. And yet here we are.
And this is what corporate America is. It's how it treats its workers, because they are not viewed as human beings. They are viewed as something to be extracted, like mining, similar to mining. They're mining the person's life for an energy force. And the profit is the end goal no matter what. They don't care whether someone's sweltering hot. It doesn't matter to them. And, a while back, it was several years ago now, but Amazon was refusing to put air conditioning in their warehouses, and people were passing out I believe also in Georgia, were passing out. And rather than air condition these massive warehouses that were the size of like 7 football fields.
Thank you.
They were the size of 20 Olympic-sized swimming pools. The size of like 7 football fields or something. Rather than air conditioning, then they just parked an ambulance outside the warehouse. So that was their answer, to cart off people that are passing out, because they're not in the business of giving a shit. I mean, business is not about giving a shit. That's the CO2 emissions on Earth.
Oh, Jesus.
Why'd you ask?
What? Because I
don't ask.
I'm a child. It's like squirrel. I saw something move and I wanted to know what it was.
The key to enjoying our show is never ask what's on the screen. It's the screen.
The screen.
The screen. Never ask what I'm screaming about.
Don't ask.
Oh. I'm just standing here like, ah! Should I ask? No, I'm not.
That's how I feel at the end of the show.
No.
I need a good scream and a stiff drink.